Okay, so I want to record this lecture. This is on chapter 5 and chapter 8 in your Rollins book, Group Interaction and Socialization. This particular chapter I'm pretty well versed in because I coordinate a peer support group. I coordinate a support group for HIV and AIDS adolescent and young adults, and I also am involved in a peer-to-peer support group here at the hospital for clinicians who are have experienced a traumatic event or have lost a patient or are just showing signs of burnout. So what are the benefits of group interaction and socialization? Peer interactions are essential to growth and development during certain stages of childhood and reflected in the psychosocial needs of sick and hospitalized children. A critical factor in helping children cope with hospitalization is maintaining a sense of routine, a familiar environment, and activities. And this is called normalization. Contact with peers promotes social and communication skills and greater self-confidence and independence among pediatric patients. So peer-to-peer support can positively influence children's coping and their healthcare outcomes. So how do we do this? We bring like ages and grades and to the activity rooms for a group interaction, some sort of social activity or engaging children in group activities and games and things like that, whether it's a game of bingo or video game play or an art activity or building Legos, that sort of thing. Types of socialization and support include skill building groups, which include cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, support groups, which are diagnosis or age related, and then there are always online support groups like chat rooms and websites. Special considerations are necessary when you want to create a support group. You want to definitely maximize involvement through group-centered activities or actions. Generally, if you are bringing like diagnoses together in a support group, to take the pressure off or the attention off of people so that they, adolescents, so they don't feel like they're in the spotlight, you might want to bring in an art activity, because when they're making art, that can be a multi-sensory activity. And what happens is conversation just sort of effervesces out and they bond with each other that way by doing an activity, and they freely dialogue in the group. There's a flow of experience. It can maximize a sense of individual or group identity. It can provide spontaneous involvement rather than having everyone sitting in a circle and passing the scissor to talk. Like you can't talk unless you have the scissor, or having a time limit on whether it's the scissor or the pen or the spoon, whatever it is. And then there is support provided to all of the members in the group. So by creating an activity or some sort of mutual involvement in something other than just staring at each other, waiting for each other to talk, you're creating a bonding experience, and peers begin to support and provide feedback very naturally, very organically. So when you start a support group, you have to do your homework. You have to figure out the need. You do kind of what is called a needs assessment, and you determine if there's interest in a support group. And then you have to decide on the structure of the group, what type of group it'll be. You set norms and expectations. You figure out what time of day is best suited for this age group. If everybody's in school, they're not going to attend support group Monday through Friday or one of those days at noon. It's just not going to happen. If you offer food, it's enticing, and that'll help bring people in. But if they're students in school, you need to offer support group at a time when they're out of school, like 5, 6 o'clock at night, and then you offer, snacks and food or meals. And maybe it's a weekend sort of support group. And you have to assure participation for all. So in other words, not allowing just one person to dominate the conversation and kind of like steal all of the time and attention to just go on and on and on and showcase their needs. So an activity for today is an autograph book. It is something that younger kids tend to really enjoy because you can create an autograph book that requires a child to seek out other people for their signature or their phone number, or just sign my book. It could be a hospital patient that wants to have his nurse's signature and get signatures of all of the people he or she came in contact with. And they can be made very easily by folding a couple of pieces of paper in half, stapling the top, or putting some yarn through the top and putting a few stickers on. And then you can have a few people sign their name inside the autograph book. So that is the activity for this week. Let me go back and go to the other slides here. Actually, one more time, let me go back and let me explain a little bit further how I conduct support group with the teens and young adults that attend support group for me in clinic. So these are some of the activities that we've accomplished in teen support group. We've talked about journaling. I've given them little composition books. I have them create a nice cover for the composition book with scrapbook paper and stickers and yarns and rickrack and all of those kinds of things. We've created Who Am I posters with magazine pictures. Sometimes we're writing college entrance essays. We're decorating wood framed mirrors so that they feel good about this. It's like a wooden picture frame with a mirror on the inside. And they decorate them with puzzle pieces and then painting them, or seashells or buttons or whatever it is that we have available. We do scrapbooking together. We learn about HIV through a Jeopardy game. I've had Jenga. I've created a Jenga and I write different questions about HIV and the diagnosis or the disease process on the little pieces. And so when they pull a piece out, they have to answer the question. We have added inspirational quotes to wooden blocks. We've actually created a piñata of an HIV cell, and we let the group decide what they wanted to put in the piñata. And then we whacked the heck out of it, and they ultimately decided on chocolate, and that's what came out of it. So these are some of the activities that we've done. These are the wooden blocks that have been painted, and they've actually done quotes on the sides. We have done food projects. We've made quesadillas. We've made our own hummus. We've done face masks because this is a common theme for HIV patients. They feel like they live somewhat with a mask on, that they really don't want people to know about their diagnosis. So, and they don't want to take that mask off, not even for their own family members. We've done printmaking in an art studio. And this is a picture of our piñata. These are cereal pieces, and they look just like the little receptor sites on the actual HIV cell. So this is what we hung from a tree, and then they destroyed it. We've also done transition of care principles, and it starts young when kiddos begin to go into puberty, and we have to make sure that they understand everything about their diagnosis and how to call in for follow-up appointments, and how to pick up their meds from the pharmacy and so forth. And then this is kind of a transitioning of services and what we do, and it's kind of color coded, and it looks more like a Candyland game or Chutes and Ladders game. And this is how we help nurture our young adolescents and our young adults into the adult care program, because they have to at some point transfer out of pediatrics into adult care and make all of those decisions on their own. So, other things, we've gone to the grocery store and learned how to be independent and choose good foods. We've learned how to use the washing machine and the dryer, and basic self-help and living skills, which is important because when many of these kiddos are 18 years of age, if they have survived the loss of one or both parents, they then go into housing and need to learn how to be an adult. And it's a lot of firsts for many of these kiddos. This next piece is about humor. And humor is a lecture that I love to address. And the second half of the semester, it doesn't kind of fit into Rita's schedule to address humor. So I'm going to share these slides with you. When children are faced with stressors such as illness, injury, disability, or hospitalization, the greater variety of coping strategies that a child possesses, the more adaptable they become to the hospital environment or medical encounters. So researcher Buxman described humor as an aesthetic means of expression that influences a person's well-being, both physically and psychologically. Aesthetic, what does that mean? It's humorous. You laugh, there's a reaction, it's an affect of something that's funny. According to the Association of Applied Therapeutic Humor, who would have thought there's an association? Therapeutic humor is an intervention that promotes health and wellness by stimulating a playful discovery, expression, or appreciation of absurdity, of incongruity, of life situations. Incongruities are things that don't make sense. When a young toddler sees their parent on all fours and the parent is saying, get on the horsey, get on the horsey. The toddler, no, you're my daddy, or you're my mom. And they see this incongruity and they get giggly and they hop on their daddy or their parent. And then the dad gallops a little bit. It's like, hang on, hang on. That's an incongruity. And the child just erupts into laughter because they know this is silly. It's just silly because it's their dad. It's not a horsey. So there are benefits of humor. Research supports the use of humor for patients ranging from pediatric all the way to geriatric, old age, as a tool to help healthcare providers cope in stressful surroundings. Benefits include reduced tension, improved circulation, muscle relaxation, increased release of endorphins. Yes, you can laugh yourself skinny. You can have good, long sustained belly laughter, at least 20 minutes, and laugh. And I swear you won't have to go to the gym. You're going to release those feel-good hormones, and it'll increase your T cells, which means that you're fighting infection. They're natural killer cells, these endorphins. And you also boost your immunoglobulin. It's hard to say. Burke summarized the benefits of humor, mirth, and laughter in table 8.1. Humor, which is the cognitive perception of playful incongruity. Mirth is the positive emotion that accompanies humor. That positive emotion, that laughter. So when we exert that emotion, we take a deep breath in, and then we laugh and we vocalize our joy. And then laughter is the respiratory vocal behavior that communicates mirth to others. Humor is classified as a nursing intervention to help children and others cope with illness and hospitalization. A nursing intervention. I hope they're not charging for that. Dowling's summarized that humor can be used as a complement to other strategies within the plan of care to establish a warm interpersonal relationship with the patient, relieve anxiety, stress, and tension, to release anger and hostility and aggression in a socially acceptable manner, allow the child and family to momentarily avoid or deny painful or frightening feelings, manage shame and embarrassment, facilitate learning, and enhance your immune function. So this is a list of the developmental aspects of humor. And I'm not going to go through it. You can read through it. But more specifically, there are some methods of implementing humor in the hospitals. There are benefits of magic, of course. Magic can be used as a vehicle to motivate patients and reduce frustration. There is an American Occupational Therapy Association which endorses the use of magic as an authentic method of achieving therapeutic goals. Benefits of clown doctors. Research indicates that children appreciate the beneficial effects of a clown visit during hospitalization. Pardon me. Clown doctors are effective in changing mood, perception of time, and perceptions of the hospital environment. There are some special considerations. Dowling suggested that conducting a humor assessment would help to determine a child's values and practices of humor, like what is funny and what did they watch on TV that makes them laugh. There are 3 considerations: timing, receptiveness, and the context, okay, of the humor. So when we assess children's values and practices of humor, we will go through this assessment with them. What makes you laugh? What's your favorite TV show? What's a favorite funny book, or what's the funniest event that happened at home this year or happened at school? Do you enjoy telling jokes with others? With whom do you laugh the most? And on and on. This gives us a little more information about children and what they feel is acceptable humor. 0 to 4 months, according to developmental stages, children smile, they sing, they make raspberries, they have gentle motions, they can look in a mirror, they mimic facial expressions of the caregivers in their environment. And when you see parents exaggerate things like, oh, who's a pretty girl? And clap, clap, clap your hands, and making enlarged facial expressions. And children will, they will mimic those later on. 4 to 8 months, surprises are joyful, toys that move and make noise. 8 to 18 months is simple songs, finger plays, incongruities, gentle surprises. 18 months to 3 years, again, those incongruities, exaggeration, repetition in song, verse, like wheels on the bus go round and round, or activities. 3 to 5 years, language play, motor activities, expectancy. I'm not really sure what that means, expectancy violations. Or maybe what they expect. And then like if you uncover a toy and, or you cover up a toy and the child sees the toy and then you remove the cover and the toy is no longer there. It's like, it's either expected or it's like, oh, where did the toy go? Fantasy, things like that. 5 to 12 years, jokes, riddles, gross and crude things, puns, physical humor, slapstick humor. A great joke that I tell to school-age kiddos, usually between 8 and 12. Why did the Irish woman put only 239 beans in her stew? Because if she added one more, it'd be too farty. And kids, school-age kids just think that's hysterical. Adolescents love sophisticated jokes, wit, satire, sexual content, irony, things like that. So that is the humor piece. More importantly, if you have long sustained belly laughter, you can burn calories. So remember that around Thanksgiving. So maybe you should all bring jokes to the Thanksgiving gathering and tell jokes so that you can laugh, 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 and then you can have that second piece of pie. So that's what I have for you. And let me see, there's a TED Talk here. It's, you can watch it if you want. There's, you know, you can, or you don't have to. Let me see. Oh, there's a group interaction activity, but I'm not going to record it. I'll do the activity when I do this lecture via Zoom. The activity for this week is putting a smile on your face, and I will show you what that looks like. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Putting a smile on your face is just taking a popsicle stick and creating some Kardashian lips, or it could be a mustache, or, you know, eyebrows or something like that. But this is a put a smile on your face. It's stick a smile on your face. So that's your activity. You can use, again, a pencil. You can use a straw. This is not sure where this came from. It's just like a little stick. Could be a chopstick, actually. So this is stick a smile on your face. Easy peasy. Okay. All right. Very good.